Hello and welcome. This is the third final match point match between between Nestea in the bottom left and Sjow in the top left. This is from MLG Winter Arena 2012, which was about 3-4 weeks ago. And again, as I said, this is just in case you didn't catch this match, even if you did subscribe to the whole $20 whatnot. And personally, I didn't think it was too bad that we had to pay $20 for it. But it definitely wasn't the best. I think $10 would be more appropriate. And my problem is, also, okay, I wasn't too sure, but to my understanding, the Dr. Pepper stream was free. And that really didn't have anything. There were no games whatsoever in the Dr. Pepper stream. And if you wanted to do some of the esports, or you just want to get it out there, for instance, I will post on Facebook, be like, hey guys, check out this tournament that's going on right now. And sometimes my friends who are somewhat into StarCraft will click on it and maybe watch a match or two. They've actually told me that. But when all you have that's free is the Dr. Pepper stream, you're not going to get anyone like that watching, or anyone interested in watching some people sit around watching StarCraft. So maybe next time you get, maybe not necessarily the main stage, though that would be ideal to get the main stage, but you put at least something playing games on there. So at least people who don't necessarily know that much about StarCraft and esports can at least watch it. Anyway, enough of that rant. Quickly reviewing last game, I think the problem with last game is Nestea just was metagaming it. He was just like, well, he's going to stop producing Hellions pretty soon, and he's just going to do this, he's going to go into tanks, he's going to go into Marines, and it'll be all good, I can keep droning it for a little bit. And he just didn't realize the crap ton of Hellions that were coming out. Now, I did mention that Nestea should have been aware that there was at least more than a reactor factory making Hellions. And I'm not saying he'd be a bad player if he didn't realize that. Even pro players have trouble making spot-on, very quick decisions like that. It's very easy for us, people who can see everything, to say, well, 3 Hellions came down the ramp, so obviously there's more than just a reactor factory making Hellions, because obviously 3 new Hellions just came out of nowhere. But he might not have noticed that. And another thing is, he might have just thought that Hellion production would have stopped. By that time, that there were so many Hellions built up, and Nestea had been going along the inceptions for so long that reactor Hellions had done a little bit of damage and poked in here and there, and then he just would have stopped. And since he hadn't scouted anything, and as I know a lot of Zerg players complain that it's very hard to scout Terran as a Zerg player, I agree, at least until you get your layer up. There's definitely that chance that he just, not more than a chance, seeing as he was totally surprised by that. He was definitely unprepared for it. Anyway, enough of talking about esports in general and last game. Let's talk about this game. We already see a third coming up for Nestea over here, and Zerglings are already out on the field, but I've been talking for quite a while about things that are not this game. Factory is being put down, and there is that reactor, hey, that we all love. And more than likely, he'll do the old switcheroo once again. Zergling going over the third, double checking on all that. Overlord, very smartly, kind of going over to this area, and I guess what he's doing over here is he's getting in position to look over this expansion, the fourth, or possibly the third, just depending on what he wanted to take. And it also allows him to then have another Overlord in position, other than this Overlord, to sacrifice, and get some more scouting in, which is always a good thing. Again, though, I think Zerg should always never try and throw a slow Overlord into a base to sacrifice itself to see what's going on. Overlord speed is so cheap. Why not get it? You know? What is it, 50? Oh, there's a bit of lag. It's 100, 100. So it's not extremely cheap, but I mean, at least gas-wise. But in the later parts of the game, once you get past, like, you know, the 13-minute mark, there's no reason not to get it. It allows for your overlords to quickly go about the map and keep expansions in check. And there's some Hellions scouting around. Now this Sjow, oh man, there's lag again. Sjow has actually not scouted at all. This is his first scout, and he does see that creep, so he's going to know that that Nestea's over here, but this is extremely late scouting. I don't know what his thinking is behind this, especially since he went for a relatively fast command center. He must have known that Nestea wasn't going to try anything particularly aggressive in the early game. I feel like it was a very, very bold play. I don't know what to say about it, honestly. He must know things I don't know about Nestea to be so bold on the last game to not scout until about the 6-7 minute mark. Anyway, these Hellions are going to come down here, spy the spaces open, and they might actually... Oh, the drones are lining up there. Got some good drone hits there, could get a couple more. And this might actually be pretty bad for Nestea. Roaches are coming, but if they can... These Hellions just take 2 or 3 more shots at those drones. Oh, if he had sacrificed his Hellions, I feel like it would have been much more worth it. He would have gotten a lot of drones as they were all stacked up along the hatchery right here. I don't know if I make a good Terran player or not. I just throw my Hellions in there and be like, do damage, Hellions. I'm not too sure if they would have done damage, but to me, it sure looks like they would have. So, I mean, maybe I'd be the worst Terran player in the world, just throwing away my Hellions just for shiggles of it. The shiggles of it. Supply depot is being thrown down. Tech lab going up. And there's already siege mode and a single tank coming out. So, quickly looking over at Nestea's vision, he sees that was probably a factory. So I'm sure he doesn't suspect anything unusual going on right now. Again, he's kind of expecting some kind of tank marine build, and there is starport going down for some medevacs, no doubt. I do know that some Terran players like to throw in 1 or 2 Vikings into their fights, or into their unit compositions. That way they can take out some spare overlords here and there, and it's not necessarily a bad idea. I don't see why people don't do it more. Just kind of make sure the queens don't get in the way, and there's not much that you can do about it until mutalisks come out on the field. And if you're going to be making a push before, you know, the 10-minute mark, it's not too bad of an investment, honestly. There's going to be some scans here. Creep tumors are going to be taken out, always annoying. And here comes some Lings, going to do some damage here. They get us around, and they're going to pin down the Marines for the Banelings to hit, and that was actually very, very nice of Nestea. Now the tank actually might go down too. The Roaches could just run up there, No, I guess they're not going to run up there. I guess maybe the Roaches just couldn't run. They would be able to sacrifice themselves to take out this tank for sure. That tank is down low, and it looks like it's retreating and perhaps might get fixed up, might get repaired. Bunker up here gets salvaged. And it looks like Sjow's retreating as well. Going to take out these rocks, get third going. Mutalisks are on the way for Nestea. And I don't know if this is necessarily sim-sitting, seeing as he really doesn't have much to block off against. But I kind of like this. Just keeps things very neat. It looks kind of cool. These rocks are being taken out as well, so fourth can come down for Nestea. And I know this has been mentioned before, but if, let's see, Nestea actually does not have a queen just for spreading creep. And I always feel like that's not necessarily a bad investment, getting an extra queen to spread creep, especially to get creep between these 2 bases. You don't see a lot of Zergs actually getting creep between these 2 bases. If you build an extra queen right here, about the 5-minute mark, and get spreading creep over between here and here, and then get it spreading creep for the rest of the map, you're always in good shape. Anyway, There is a giant push coming down here, and we're going to see if this succeeds or not. He's just going to go in there, and these Banelings get some very nice hits on those Marines. Can take down those 2 tanks. All 3 tanks go down. The Mutas are easily going to clean this up as well, and that attack was just horrible for Sjow. Sjow just kind of wandered in there and just got pummeled. There wasn't much to say about that, and that might be close to the game, honestly. Checking their supplies, it's 163 to 68. Never the best situation. Nestea's going to easily be able to deny that third over there. He's going to wander into the main with his Mutas, perhaps? Nope, he's just going to try and poke away at the front wall. Notices that there's a third. Gonna go try and take out the third, but Sjow GG's. Well, that was that. That was a very quick cleanup of Sjow there by Nestea. Very nice show, if you will. Alright, well, thanks for watching.